hope my reception is good here and everybody can hear me okay. I decided to I was going to be in the Havana area, and then for some reason they're doing some kind of special cleaning or something like that. So I'm in my Havana stateroom, and it's nice and quiet in here, and there's no distractions or anything like that. So that's the good part. But the bad part, of course, is I'm not walking about the ship and showing this Carnival Celebration off to all of you. I see we got Jimbo here, we have Justin here, Tim and Cheryl are both here. Great to see all of you. And I apologize again because I didn't schedule this in advance, not in a lengthy enough time. I did say that I was going to be going live. I see Jason is on here now. Good to see you. Yeah, and if you're coming on, if you haven't thrown anything in the comments yet, let us know you're here. We got Nicole here. This is day, what, 2? 3? Day 3. We obviously cruise day, just getting on, and I was editing today, finally got some editing done. I was doing that almost all the way up until showtime, and I'm uploading that video as we speak to YouTube. I just have to create a thumbnail picture to go along with it and make sure there's no copyright issues with it, and then I'll get that up either tonight. I'll probably wait till tomorrow because it's already a little bit late. Nicole is here, I said, and Sunset Rescue. What is going on? So good to see everybody checking in, and Mandy is here. Great to see you. Now this is my normally scheduled time, and oh, I screwed up again because I put 7 o'clock. So if any of you came on early and said, where is he? He was supposed to be live by now. It was 7 o'clock Eastern time, so it would have been 6 o'clock. Well, you know what I mean. I needed to put 8 o'clock because then it would be 7 o'clock Central, which would be the normal time that I'd be on Tuesday. So I wanted to try to do that at the same time. So let's see. Frankie is here. Great. Yeah. So is everybody hearing me okay? I'm hoping everybody's hearing me. I don't know if anybody has any questions, what I'm doing, what's been going on. We had a crazy bar crawl yesterday. Those of you on the Coach Cruise Facebook page, you probably saw a few clips from each bar doing a little thing, what we were drinking and stuff like that. So that was a lot of fun. DC brother, good to see you. Jason, good. Yeah. Jason, I said hi to you already, but I said hello again. So yeah, here by myself, so that's a little bit of a bummer not having Anita with me, but I do have friends, Lewis and Monsi, and as I mentioned, I stayed at their place. I'm gonna do the cruise day video, and you'll get a chance to see them. I met them in Alaska on that cruise, and we became friends, and more cruise fam. And yeah, we've been having a good time. Did the steakhouse the first night. Maria, you've seen Maria in past videos of mine, and Mandy, you were on the celebration, so you probably got a drink from Maria or two at the Alchemy Bar. But she is retiring from Carnival after 10 years. She's an alchemist. Those of you that have been on the celebration, I'm sure you've seen her. And I'm just thankful that I got to see her before she left. This next week is her final cruise forever, probably, as far as, Carnival goes. Her fiance and her are living currently in Indianapolis, but the plan is to get married, I guess, in Mexico, and then they're going to move somewhere in southern United States. And Mandy says, yes, I did. She was great. I'm just on the regular YouTube feed, so I can't put the comments up on the screen and things like that. So I will try to read something. Yeah, Frankie, yeah, going on. Well, yeah, it would have been 8. I think I'm on Eastern time, on this. I think the ship's time is Eastern time. So 8 p.m. ship time would be 7 p.m. Central time, which was the hope. So yeah, so that's what's been going on. I did see Celestial Strings yesterday. That was a great performance. Again, I shared a picture I just happened to be sitting down, because I want to get close so I can get some good footage of, the show and things like that, and just to see the show in general. And just so happened, most of the cast from the Most Magnificent Circus were sitting in the front row, and I'm like, oh, I kind of figured they were cast members, and so I found out for sure they were. And I recognized a couple of them, especially the young lady, because she's one of the main vocalists in the production. And the gentleman I was talking with is the only male dancer. I didn't know that. So I don't know how many of you knew this, but there's a Center Stage and Playlist Productions. I always thought everything was Playlist Productions. I mean, I've heard the term Center Stage before, but Center Stage is just for the performers that perform, in like Celebration Central or Mardi Gras. I forget what that one's called, but that area where the shows are, and they're a totally separate cast. So the cast that normally performs in the theater, that's usually part of Playlist Productions, and then the one that performs out there is usually Center Stage, and they're totally separate from one another, but they help each other out. So the Center Stage crew or cast members are only on the XL class ships. Okay, so you can't see a Center Stage production unless it's on one of the XL class ships. So I didn't know that. So that's what one of the performers was talking to me about. In this particular cast, they're leaving in just a couple months. They came on, I want to say, in May. And they've been here all the way since May. So they've been here a long time. So they're really looking forward to getting a break. And I mean, they've been performing the same shows over and over again. So, that can be taxing. All right, there's some questions here. I see, it's 6 p.m. Central Time. Oh, geez, so we're early. All right, Mandy says, is the piano bar as nice as it was this summer? You know what, Mandy? I haven't even been to the piano bar. I've been hanging out at Alchemy a lot just because I know Maria is leaving. And, like I said, that's the last time we'll get a chance to see her, at least at work anyway. So, yeah, I've been doing a lot of Alchemy. I have gone to Latitudes. I have gone to Jubilee. Jason, Mandy, I think, was working at Alchemy when you were here last. He is working at Jubilee now. And Cornelius is gone on vacation. Fireball Steve is here. What's going on? Sunset Rescue says, got all the critters down for the night. Cold and rainy here. All right. Well, I'm glad they are down and you are enjoying the evening. Where y'all at on the seas? Jimbo, I know yesterday we were passing Cuba, and what was cool about that was we left Amber Cove today, so we're on our way to San Juan. So if that answers your question, so we're on our way to San Juan, and we left Amber Cove today. So wherever that is, that's where we're at on the seas. But yeah, we were passing Cuba, and part of the bar crawl is to go to the Havana area, and we were having Cuban iced teas. Jay, what's going on, Jay? Great to see you. It was just cool because we're passing Cuba and we're drinking Cuban iced teas in the Havana bar area on the bar crawl, and somebody pointed that out, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool. So I like that. And then the bar crawl was such a success that people were asking, oh, please do another one. This was so much fun. So we're going to do another one. So Friday this week, I'll be hosting another bar crawl. I just, went through everything. So we'll get that set up, and there's going to be more craziness. Another crazy bar crawl video will be forthcoming. I haven't even started editing the one from the other day, yesterday, but I will get to that hopefully maybe tomorrow. Jimbo says, yeah, I thought it was weird Cuban iced tea had no tea in it. Yeah, that's a good point. But do Long Island iced teas have any tea in them? I'm not sure. I don't know. I really don't know. Does anybody know that? I'm sure somebody knows. Does Long Island iced teas have that? 18 days until and you know what? I'm looking at my phone because I'm doing this recording, and Lee Mason, the cruise director, just messaged me regarding a meetup time to do some work with him. And cutest thing and it brought this one woman to tears, and I'm including that in the cruise day video. But you know, Lee, as most of you know, has won Cruise Director of the Year 2 times in a row now, and it's something he did that, you know, I now that I remember him talking about it, but it just didn't stick in my mind. But he's tried to learn sign language to better connect with his guests that, you know, are hearing impaired. And there was this little boy that is somewhat hearing impaired. I mean, he could talk. I don't know whether he's reading lips or what the case may be, but there was this older black lady that, you know, is hearing impaired, and she was talking to Lee for a while, and, you know, signing and stuff like that. And I saw Lee signing with her, and, you know, he's still learning, but he knows quite a bit. I mean, he was able to communicate and make some signs and things like that. And what he couldn't communicate, the signer person that's, you know, a professional was doing for him. But I was surprised at how much he knew, and the lady was just enamored with, you know, how great he was and things like that. But then this little boy came up, and his parents, you know, were right there, and he wanted to say hi and this and that. So Lee squatted down, and he's signing with this little kid, and it was just really touching. So you'll see that in the cruise day video, and that should come out tomorrow. It's just a little clip, but I think you'll like it. And I wish I would have recorded this, but there was just somebody waiting to say hi to Lee or whatever, and they happen to be from Illinois too, come to think of it. And she was tearing up because she thought it was just so sweet and this and that. So Frankie says Coke in them. Okay, we're talking about the Long Island iced tea. Jay says, Sherry says that her drink is no tea in them. Yeah. And then Mandy says, oh, I'm assuming that's in reference to Lee's story, I'm guessing. Yes. So, and Mandy, I might try to get to the piano bar tonight. Maybe I'll do that. And maybe I'll go live. Maybe I'll go live from there just for a clip or whatever. So, you know, I know sometimes I go live just random times when I'm on the ship, and, you know, you can always catch it on replay if there's something that you wanted to see. But I don't know. Anybody else have any other questions for me? I didn't really plan out. You know, tomorrow, like I said, we're in San Juan. Amber Cove, I didn't do anything today. I did a ship tour, you know, that I'll put out later, and just kind of hung about the ship. I was doing some recordings and things like that. So nothing too crazy. I did get off the ship, but I was only walking down the pier. That's about all I did. So I got off the ship, but I guess I really didn't. So yeah, if there's anybody that has comments, I will wait for a second because I'm a little parched right now. I will say in St. Thomas, that is the port that I'm looking forward to the most. I did book an excursion there, and you've probably seen this excursion if any of you going to St. Thomas. It's through Carnival, and it's listed as a luxury catamaran to St. John's, and I guess they have a nice open bar, but there's no lunch. It's like a 4.5-hour excursion, and it's sold out. So I guess it typically sells out. Jimbo, no excursion for tomorrow. The only excursion I'm thinking about doing is maybe walking into town and going to that stuffed avocado place that I had lunch at previously with Anita last time we were in San Juan, and that place was great. So anybody that has, you know, plans for San Juan, if you're going to be in the downtown area, the stuffed avocado, the base of the dish obviously is an avocado, and then depending upon, you know, what type of protein you want, you know, that will be put on top, and then, you know, different veggies and rice, or I don't know, there's just a whole bunch of stuff. It's kind of like a upscale Chipotle. I hope that's not putting it down, but yeah, that's kind of what I got going on for tomorrow. So another pretty easy day, no major excursion planned or anything. Rick says, I love St. Thomas. I want to go back again. One of my favorite islands. Yes, I love St. Thomas too. I love St. Martin. I love Grand Turk. I think I'm a big fan of all of the islands that have pretty water. Something about the pretty water just gets me. I love El Cielo and Cozumel, crystal clear blue water. Like I say, Grand Turk, you got that pretty blue water. St. Thomas, St. Martin, all those places have the really good water. So I agree with you on that. And Jason says, we can't wait to cruise on the Celebration. Yes, it is a wonderful, wonderful ship. I guess Long Island iced tea and Cuban iced teas don't have tea in them. I wonder what tea flavor, well, I mean, Mike's Spike Tea or something like that. That has tea in it, right? Rick says St. Martin and Curacao are fantastic. Oh yeah, Curacao. I forgot about that. Oh, Bonaire. I really like Bonaire, and that has some pretty water as well, really pretty water. So that's another one I'm a big fan of. But that's in that, ABC itinerary. And oh, look at that. Frankie Floyd got a tattoo in St. Thomas. What is the tattoo of, Frankie? Is it some scantily clad young lady in a bikini, maybe? Like Jimmy Buffett? Let's see. Tim says, I love any of the islands. A big ship has to get me to. Yeah, no, I mean, it's no bad place to go cruising, right? And San Juan, speaking of tomorrow, I mean, one of the best things, if you've never been to San Juan, is just, you don't even need an excursion that first time you go, because the downtown old San Juan is so charming, and the old buildings and the different colors and things like that, cobblestone streets, and there's one section that has all these pigeons and stuff, if you're into that, hundreds of pigeons, and then there's this old fort right there, within walking distance. The food, it's home of the pina colada, so you're gonna have the really good rum, or you can do rum tours and that type of thing. So, oh, Frankie got an octopus. All right, well that's fitting, especially for this area. Yeah, so so that's what's going on. And then, like I said, St. Thomas, I'm really looking forward to that catamaran. I brought my snorkel and I got my mask, so I'm ready for that. And all right. So again, if you got any questions, fire them at me. Let's see. Oh, Evolution. I got to figure out, somebody was telling me I got to see Evolution. I got to check the What's Happening app and see what's going on. And yeah, that's about all I have. And you know what? We are 18 minutes in, I see. And just because, like I said, I didn't really plan out a whole lot of topics, and I wish I could say I've been doing more, but it's mostly just been hanging out, drinking, just relaxing. I haven't even gotten wet yet. I haven't even gotten in a pool. I thought about it today, but I slept so late, and then after I did the ship tour and everything, and then once I started editing film for that cruise day, all of a sudden it was nighttime. I haven't had dinner, so I'm thinking maybe I'll hit sushi and get some sushi or something like that after this, because I think it's going to be pretty close to dinner closing by then. All right. Well, I don't really know what else to talk about. So if there aren't any questions, I might just let you all off a little early tonight. I apologize for that, but yeah, I guess I might get out and enjoy the ship a little bit. Mandy was suggesting, have you been to the MDR any? Yes, I did, Mandy. I went yesterday. Yesterday was formal night, and I went and got the lobster, and I got prime rib. And what did I have? They had some crawfish fettuccine. That was pretty good as an appetizer. I had that. And then there was another appetizer I had to go along with that. What did I have? It was pretty good, though. It was so good I forgot what it was. But yeah, there was another appetizer that was pretty good that I had. And then I had ordered the creme brulee, but I was full, so I got up without getting that. But later on, I did go down to Java Blue Cafe and get a bourbon milkshake. And there's another tip for you. If you are on the Cheers package, your spiked milkshakes are free. Not every ship does spiked milkshakes. Most of them do. And Jason, yes, absolutely. And enjoy your dinner. And then, yeah, so you get a spiked milkshakes are free. So even if you don't want it spiked, I mean, you can still get, free milkshakes, and those would normally cost you like $9. So that's what I always say is, like, if you go to the MDR or anywhere else and you want some dessert and you're looking at the dessert they have to offer and you're like, none of this is really striking me as anything I want. But then you think, oh, wow, they got milkshakes, and, I could get a chocolate milkshake or vanilla or whatever. And then if you want it spiked, I highly recommend that bourbon milkshake. But they have other flavors too. If you're more of a rum person or something like that, you can go and check that out. So yeah, so let's see. The steakhouse, I said, was the first night. That night I had my watermelon martinis. Those of you that are familiar with the show, I'm a big fan of the watermelon martinis at the steakhouse. For the appetizers, I had the smoked oysters, and that'll be in the video tomorrow, and the lobster bisque. And I did go different with the steak. Sorry, the Raiders. Well, Jay, I wouldn't exactly say whooped. I was just reading Jay's comment. He's like, sorry, the Raiders got whooped on Sunday. We lost by 7, and we had the ball with a chance to tie at the end of the game. We threw an interception literally in the end zone. That if our guy would have caught it instead of the Dolphin guy, it would have been a tie game. So, I mean, actually, Jay, I really thought they might get blown out. I thought they might get whooped. I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't classify that as a whooping by my normal Raiders standards, because normally they do get whooped. But in going back to the steakhouse, I changed it up, because normally I get a spice rubbed ribeye or the cowboy steak, and I wasn't crazy hungry, so I decided to order the filet mignon, and that was good. That was good. It wasn't like, oh my God, good, but it was good. It was solid. And then a dessert, the cheesecake. And the cheesecake's always good. And I know some of you remember when that cheesecake was just massive, and now it's like an appropriate size. I mean, before, a few years back, you'd get that huge piece of cheesecake and it would just kind of go to waste. But now I think it's an appropriate size. But Jay, thank you for your sympathy in the Raiders. Like I said, I was happy they made it, were at least competitive anyway. And speaking of the Raiders, I did go live for just a short time, and pardon me, I'm going to take a little drink here. I don't think too many of you caught it because I deleted it because it was a copyright thing. But I went and watched the Eagles Kansas City Chiefs game yesterday at Guys, not because I'm a fan of either team, but just because, it's two really good teams, going at it. And that was a really good game. But what was fun is just watching all of the crazy Eagle fans, and then there were some Chief fans in there too. And you'd hear the Eagle fans talking about the Chief fans being annoying and this and that, and vice versa. And when one team would have a big play or something like that, you would definitely know who are the Chief fans and who are the Eagles fans. But then the Eagles fans, they got their little song that they sing, Eagles, whatever, fly, and this and that. So all the Eagle fans were singing their song, and it was fun. It was fun to just see, all the excitement of, a bunch of fans in there. It's, I guess, the closest thing to like a playoff game that you can get in the bar for this time of year. So that was good. Let me see if there's no more comments. Okay, so we caught up through yesterday, and like I say, today I didn't do a whole lot, and that's where we're at. Tomorrow, San Juan, we talked about that. Thursday is Thanksgiving, and I'm pretty sure I did Thanksgiving in St. Thomas last year. So I'm almost certain, I'm like 80% certain that I did St. Thomas, but it was on the Carnival Magic. So I was telling Lewis, as we were hanging out, I said, you know what, that's pretty cool to not live in St. Thomas and then 2 years in a row, you spend Thanksgiving in St. Thomas. So I am looking forward to that. And I have the steakhouse booked for that day too. Yeah, Jay, I appreciate that. And, I hope, well, I think you're fully recovered from the illness you had caught, but, obviously always hoping Sherry is doing well and recovering and progressing. Let's see. Mandy says, didn't they have a new menu for the fall? Yeah, you know what? I mean, there was definitely some different choices on there, Mandy. I wish I would have looked at the menu a little more extensively so I could answer that question better. But the next time I go, I'll try to make a point to analyze the menu a little bit better for you and be able to give you a better response to that question. So yeah, I will wait just a second here to see if there are any other questions. We are less than 5 minutes away from that 30-minute. We got Z checking in, and look at that. He is only 32 days away from, well, I think, yeah, you got typing, what do you call that? Typo. Yeah, a little typo there. Until the greatest cruise of all time, the Carnival Jubilee, December 20th through, I see some people not going to be on there. Let's go. Well, I know Z, you were on the inaugural Jubilee cruise, so look forward to that. Frankie, this looks like 18 days away for you for your cruise. And what ship are you on, Frankie? I'm not sure, but yeah, anybody that's got a cruise upcoming, I'm happy for you. I hope you have an absolutely fabulous time. I'm certainly going to try to enjoy this one to the fullest the rest of the time. That's right, Mardi Gras. Yeah, and the Mardi Gras is a fabulous ship. So, and I don't remember. Yeah, you should have Cookie on there now. I think you got Cookie on there, Frankie. And I mean, Cookie's fabulous. So I hope you like him as much as I do, because I think he's a riot. He's funny as all get out and quite the showman. So yeah, Z, don't worry about it. I mean, I knew it was a typo. All right, everybody, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna get out. I might try to get a bite to eat here before it gets too late. I don't know whether it's on my phone. It says it's 8:30. So I know somebody said earlier it was 6:30 Central Time or 6 o'clock Central Time. So I guess the time's off a little bit. So sorry about the weird time start and not posting when I was going live a little bit earlier. But thank you all for checking in and watching the show here. And Frankie saying it's 6:30 there. Okay, so yeah, we're 2 hours different. And Tim, thank you. He says happy cruising. And yeah, once again, everybody, thanks for watching. And I will try to go live at least a couple more times during this cruise. And we'll see you all later. See you soon. Have that notification bell hit. And like I said, usually when I go live, I'm going to be out and about on the ship. If there's something going on that's interesting, it might be live music, it might be a show, it might be, something out on the beach or whatever, but I'll try to make it interesting. And yes, Rick says happy Thanksgiving. If by some chance, I'm almost certain I'll come back live before Thanksgiving, but if I don't, everybody have a fabulous Thanksgiving. Or if you're not able to come back on live with me, everybody have a wonderful Thanksgiving and happy cruising whenever that next cruise of yours may be. All right, everybody, take care, and thanks again so much for watching. We'll see you soon.